What's up, everybody? Llama King here, and I'm going to do a video on Darknest and get something cleared up about troop composition. There are quite a few different ways of doing Darknests, but first things first, let's look at the scout so we can see what we're working with here. Get out of there. There we go. I think it's one of these. No. There we go. And it has anti-spy. So when I see an anti-spy one, especially with level 15 Dark Essence, for a level 4, that's like, I think that's the top you can get. 15 is the highest that level 4 can offer. I've never seen a level 16. When I come across an anti-scout, it's only 61 million, so as long as we fill the rally, I have a pretty good chance no matter what's in there. But I have found with the anti-scout ones, they usually have a mix, and they usually have a bunch of fire trebuchets in with it. We will see after I attack it. If we lose, I will then be able to see what it has, and then I can redo it and send the counter. Now, what do I mean by counter? Well, I've explained it before, but let's explain it again so that you guys have a better success rate on these Darknests. Let's look at my scouts. Go back to here, for instance. Okay, so here we go, level 11. So you look, the wall doesn't really mean much. Your troops will knock that wall down, but send some siege, but don't send too many because you're going to end up filling up the rally, and you're going to have you're going to have 500,000 siege. That wall's going to come down within 2 seconds, and then what are your siege doing? Nothing. And then you end up losing the battle because you don't have enough troops to kill the troops behind the wall. You get it? Got it? Good. So then you look at the troop composition. Royal Guards, okay, there's a lot of them. Stealth Snipers, hardly any. Disregard those. Royal Cavalry. So basically we have Guards and Cavalry. What would I send? I would send the counter. What kills Guards? Cavalry. What kills Cavalry? Snipers. What should I send? Well, I'm going to send Cavalry and Snipers. Why? Because the Cavalry are going to hit first and hit its Cavalry, which has my Cavalry is not countered by their cavalry. My cavalry is countered by their 200,000 snipers, which isn't going to do anything to my cavalry. And then my cavalry will decimate the Royal Guards, which the cavalry are the counter to Royal Guards, right? So, if I had a guild that had enough troops to send just cavalry, that's what I would do. I would send all cavalry, send cavalry heroes, cavalry gear, cavalry gems, all that good stuff, and we would wipe this nest out. But because we don't have enough troops to fill the whole rally with just one troop type at this point, I always send the counter, which would be Royal Cavalry, and then because I can send snipers, I always send snipers too, so that we can fill the rally up, because the snipers aren't going to get touched except by maybe a few traps before the wall comes down. And maybe the snipers might hit a few of them, but I doubt it. So that's what I would do for this one. Next. 13 essence. The higher the essence, usually the harder the nest. Look at the wall. Hardly any wall. So I would send 0 siege on this one. So tell all your guys to send 0 siege. Nothing but troops. What troops does it have? Well, fire trebs. Disregard those. So we have snipers and Royal Cavalry. This is one of the hardest ones to do because if you send cavalry to counteract the cavalry, their snipers are going to hurt you. If you send Royal Guards to counteract their snipers, the cavalry are going to kill you. If you send just snipers, the cavalry are going to kill you. So I usually try to avoid these ones, but if I had to, I would send everything. I would send Royal Guards, cavalry, and snipers. Why? Because the cavalry, and then formations are huge too. So this one I would send cavalry phalanx, or maybe even cavalry wedge, but I would send cavalry phalanx, which the cavalry will then hit first, and then my Royal Guards will come in and help the cavalry kill their cavalry, which then at that point they will then work their way to the back, kill the snipers. Fire trebuchets aren't a problem. That nest is done. That's what I would do. Next. Big wall. Big wall. Okay? But still easy to come down. Send some siege just to help knock that, not a lot, just some. Your troops will knock that wall down, but send some. And this has a pretty good mix, so I would look for the troop that has the most. So there's mostly Royal Cavalry, so I know I'm going to send snipers. So I would send a bunch of snipers, and then I would send a front line of Royal Guards and Stealth Sniper, and a few fire trebs. That, you know, don't need many because you want all those troops you can get. So a whack of snipers to kill off those 1.2 million calves, and then my front line of, you know, say 500,000 guards, 500,000 calves will help keep their guards and calves from getting to my snipers, which are just decimating their calves, which there's more of them. Get it? Got it? Good. 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 Next. Small wall, no worries. Easy nest. So we have mostly Royal Guards, some snipers, some calves. I would send a mix of everything. Just send everything. Send a whole blast of everything. Whatever anybody's got. But there's mostly Royal Guards, so send mostly cavalry. Or you could send all cavalry. You could send cavalry and snipers, or you could send cavalry and guards. But I would, like I said, I'd send all three. Why not? There's not very much here to counter what you're going to send. So you might as well send what your guild has. Is that it? And that's it. So hopefully that helped, guys. Always send the counter and always use the proper formation. For instance, I'm sending a whole bunch of calves. So what formation am I going to use? I am not going to use infantry phalanx. That's for darn sure. I'm going to use cav phalanx because I'm using a bunch of calves and snipers. So my calves are going to hit first. My snipers are going to come up, stop, and start shooting right around the exact same time the calves hit. And then if I had infantry, they would then come in behind after everything's already been engaged, and then they would start helping your calves fight whatever is in their front line. You understand? Hopefully the wall comes down before your infantry hits, because if not, then your infantry is going to be right up front, but sometimes they will go back into formation. So once the wall's down, the infantry will run to the back again, and then they will advance forward towards the troops, at which case the calves will hit first at the same time as the snipers, and then following up would be your infantry. That's what this phalanx does. If you want, we can watch a drill just so you can see how it works. So watch my calves. Okay, here we go. We're going to go up against infantry. Okay, here we go. Calves come up first. Watch the snipers stop. Wham! They shoot just as and then the infantry come up in behind and help clean up the mess. See how that worked? And because calves is the counter to infantry, we're going to do pretty well here and knock their morale down because we are killing their infantry faster than they can kill our calves. And our infantry, like I said, is in there helping, but hopefully the calves, the enemy calves, are concentrating on our calves and forgetting about our infantry. You get it? Look at that. Formations are key. Now, let's do the exact same thing, but let's use the wrong formation, okay? Let's say we forgot. Let's use infantry phalanx, okay? Which is the same thing that they're using. Let's use the same, but the thing is, we are not set up for that troop composition, right? This will be more close of a fight. It'll actually be almost even. See, look at the difference. Like, we're losing. See the difference? What formation makes? Big difference. And we're going to lose this one. Okay? You see that? Let's do one more. Okay? Let's say they're using calves. So their calves are right up front. And so we're going to send a whole bunch of snipers and a whole bunch of calves ourselves. Okay? So we're going to go range wedge. Okay? Why? Because watch what happens. Your snipers are up front, but watch. They stop, bam, and shoot. And then our calves, see, some get through, but then our infantry stops them. And then the enemy gets surrounded. That's kind of what the wedge does. It kind of comes in behind, all around and surrounds the enemy. Okay, so that's the wedge. We're going to win. Look how good we're doing, all right? Hopefully you guys understand how that worked. Now let's do the range phalanx. Now again, infantry, wait, oh, that's, sorry. Range phalanx, there we go. Again, The range is right up front. Oh my god, you're gonna get killed. No, watch. They stop and then shoot. Wham! See? Look at that. Whole bunch of calves died right off the bat. And then our calves and infantry come in and stop their front line. And then our snipers just go ahead and just decimate. See how that works? So, like, if you're picking a whole bunch of cavalry and snipers, don't send infantry phalanx. You're just gonna die. Send the proper formation for the proper troops that you're sending against the proper counter. There's 3 things you gotta worry about. Counter, formation, and troop composition. Remember those 3, and you will do a lot better in Darknests, okay? Get it? Got it? Good. Hopefully you liked that video. Hopefully it was informative. If there's anything else you need to know about Darknest, I'll be more than happy to post another video for you. So get out there, have fun killing these Darknests, and keep calm and llama on.